Hello, welcome back, Box1 here, and as I said previously, today we're going to be reviewing this set, 75300 TIE Fighter from 2021. It comes with 3 figures and a pretty nice, interesting build, so we'll get into the figures first, and then the build after. First of all, you have your pretty common now Stormtrooper. He has that, of course, dual-molded helmet, which I do not like, but his armor does look good. I think his armor looks pretty good, but yeah. He also comes with the normal blaster, and he has, let's see what face it is. This face. Not, again, a pretty common face, but it's good to get a non-angry clone face, so that's pretty interesting. And yeah, pretty simple figure. Let's get on to the next one. Next up, we have this TIE Pilot with the 2 stripes on his helmet, which look pretty cool. It's good to get something a bit different, and I think he does only come like this in this set, but he has some nice printing on him. I do like that he has leg printing for once. It's hard to find TIE pilots with leg printing, or at least it was. And he has this face, which is also a pretty common face. He was using the Rebels Battle Pack, I believe, and some other sets. But yeah, pretty nice little guy. He comes with a pistol, or a blaster pistol, and he looks pretty good. Pretty nice. Finally, we have this droid, which is actually pretty cool. He's very similar to the Death Star droid that is coming out later this year, and he has, or at least he uses the same mold. It is a different color, I believe, but he has some pretty nice wiring. I like that they added some color with that wiring in there. I actually think that gives a lot more detail. Has the restraining bolt, of course, and does have some back printing with more wiring. But that is a pretty cool head mold, as you can see for this guy. It is that you can see this guy, I'm pretty sure, in Star Wars Rebels, as well as maybe a couple other Star Wars shows, but he's pretty cool. I do like this type of droid. But yeah, moving on from the figures, let's get on to the build. And getting on to this build, the first thing you'll notice is that it is quite small. And that is that's everybody's least favorite thing about this set, is that it is much smaller, especially comparing it to the last TIE Fighter, which was that big Han Solo TIE Fighter, which was crazy. Wish I got that one. But I'll show you some of the interesting features of it. It obviously can open up and sit a pilot in there, which I'll just do right now. And as you can see, he can sit in there pretty comfortably. He can use those 2 little red consoles down there, and then you can close it up, and you can barely see him in there. Try and show you. There you go. And it does look pretty good. Now, it does use this newer printed piece, I believe. I don't know if it comes in another set. It probably does. But they used to use this type of piece for the top of these TIE Fighters. They don't in this one. On the back, it does have those 2 little engines, which is missing on a lot of other TIE Fighters. And then you can see how that's connected to the hinge. And it looks pretty good. Now, of course, it does have the little things that go out and connect to the wings. The wings are actually detachable, so you can break off one of the wings, say it's in battle and it gets shot at it by an X-Wing or one of those Y-Wings. You can break off the wings, and you can see the design there. Gives it a very nice hexagonal shape, of course, and you can see how it is connected with just these Technic pins and these little things here, which can connect them into. I'm trying to get that pin in so I don't lose it. But yeah, it's a pretty nice design. I do quite like how that works and that you can take it off. The other side also looks quite good. I think it looks, this is obviously the better side where you view more, but it looks really good. It has a printed piece, of course, in the middle, and these very nice pieces to give it a nice, more hexagonal angled shape. Of course, it has those pieces like that. The only thing I don't like about the wings, and this is basically the only thing that I have a problem with for this specific part of the set, is this. They have it in dark bluish gray instead of light bluish gray. It probably wouldn't have been easy, but like, they should have put it in light bluish gray. It doesn't look quite right in dark bluish gray there. But yeah, other than that, you get 2 of these wings, and they look pretty good. They are a bit small, obviously, as I said. This whole set is a bit smaller than it should have been, probably. But yeah, let's put these back on, and then I'll say some final things. And the final things that I was going to say is that you can actually shoot these, which you may have seen earlier, by pressing them down in the back. Pretty simple. I'm going to get on to my final opinion on this set. In my opinion, is that this isn't a terrible set. A lot of people say it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. It was $40 when it came out, so it was much cheaper. If they would have priced it at like $100, then I'd say it's absolutely horrendous. But since it is quite small, I don't quite like that. I wish they could have had it at a higher price, but with much larger proportions and maybe an extra figure, but 3 figures is good for this set. Yeah, my final opinion, it's not terrible, but it's not great. Definitely not as good as the Solo TIE Fighter. But I do hope you enjoyed. I shall see you next time, where we will be doing quite a new set. So, I shall see you then. Goodbye.